In the early months of the year, just after the Lunar New Year celebrations begin to fade, something remarkable starts to unfold across the countryside of Vietnam. While cities slowly return to their usual rhythm, rural villages come alive in a completely different way, through a series of vibrant, deeply meaningful festivals that have been preserved for generations. These are not simply events for entertainment or tourism. They are living traditions, rooted in memory, identity, and a profound sense of gratitude. At the heart of these celebrations is the honoring of a figure known as the Thanh Hoang Lang, often translated as the village guardian spirit, a revered entity believed to be the founder, protector, or benefactor who once helped shape the life and survival of the community. For many American viewers, the idea of an entire village gathering to honor a historical or spiritual figure may feel unfamiliar. But in Vietnam, especially in rural areas, this tradition remains an essential part of cultural life. The festivals are not just about looking back, they are about maintaining a connection between past and present, between generations, and between the seen and the unseen. As the festival day approaches, the atmosphere in the village begins to change. Homes are cleaned and decorated. The communal house, known as the Din, village temple, becomes the center of preparation. This structure is often one of the oldest and most sacred places in the village, where the spirit of the Thanh Hoang is believed to reside. Villagers gather to repair, repaint, and adorn the Din with flags, lanterns, and offerings. There is a sense of anticipation in the air, not unlike the excitement before a major holiday, but with a deeper layer of reverence. On the morning of the main festival, the village wakes early. Before sunrise, elders, organizers, and participants begin to assemble. People dress in traditional clothing, bright colors, embroidered patterns, and ceremonial garments that reflect both regional identity and historical significance. The soundscape of the village transforms, drums echo through the streets, gongs resonate, and traditional music begins to play, signaling the start of something special. One of the most striking elements of these festivals is the procession, or Ruak Kyo. This is a ceremonial parade in which a palanquin, often elaborately decorated with carvings, fabrics, and symbolic motifs, is carried through the village. The palanquin represents the presence of the Thanh Hoang, as if the spirit itself is being invited to move among the people, to witness their lives, and to bless the community for the year ahead. The procession is not a quiet event. It is vibrant, dynamic, and full of energy. Dozens, sometimes hundreds of villagers participate. Young men carry the palanquin on their shoulders, moving in synchronized steps. Others hold banners, flags, or ritual objects. Musicians play drums and traditional instruments, creating a rhythm that guides the movement of the entire group. Women and children follow, dressed in colorful attire, adding to the visual richness of the scene. For an American observer, the closest comparison might be a parade, but this is something more intimate, more communal, and more sacred. There are no spectators in the usual sense. Everyone is involved. Even those who are not physically part of the procession stand along the streets, watching with respect, offering incense, or bowing as the palanquin passes by. As the procession moves through the village, it often stops at significant locations, ancient trees, old wells, or sites associated with the village's history. These stops are moments of ritual, where offerings are made, prayers are spoken, and the connection between the land and the people is reaffirmed. It is a reminder that the village is not just a physical place, but a living story shaped by those who came before. When the procession returns to the Din, the ceremonies continue. Inside the communal house, elders perform rituals that have been passed down through generations. Incense fills the air. Offerings of food, fruit, flowers, and rice wine are placed on altars. Prayers are recited, asking for peace, prosperity, good harvests, and protection from misfortune. The tone here is more solemn, more introspective. It is a moment of quiet respect amid the larger celebration. But the festival is not only about ritual. It is also about community. Outside the din, the atmosphere becomes lively and joyful. Traditional games are organized: wrestling, tug-of-war, chess, and other folk activities that bring people together. There may be performances of traditional music or theater, telling stories from history or folklore. Food stalls appear, offering local dishes that reflect the culinary identity of the region. Laughter, conversation, and shared meals fill the space, creating a sense of warmth and connection. What makes these festivals truly special is the way they bring together people of all ages. Elders carry the knowledge and lead the rituals. Adults take on responsibilities and organize the events. Young people participate, learn, and experience their heritage firsthand. Children watch with curiosity and excitement, absorbing traditions that they will one day carry forward. In a world where many traditions are fading, these festivals remain strong because they are not imposed, they are lived. They are not performances for outsiders, they are expressions of identity from within. And while visitors are often welcomed, the essence of the festival remains deeply rooted in the community itself. For American viewers, there is something both foreign and familiar in this experience. The specific rituals, symbols, and beliefs may be different, but the underlying values, honoring ancestors, remembering those who built the community, coming together as a collective, are universal. It is a reminder that no matter where we come from, there is a shared human desire to belong, to remember, and to give thanks. The figure of the Thanh Hoang Lang embodies these values. Whether seen as a historical founder, a legendary hero, or a spiritual protector, the Thanh Hoang represents the origins of the village, the moment when people came together to build something lasting. By honoring this figure, villagers are not just looking back, they are reaffirming their commitment to the future. In many traditional Vietnamese village festivals, one of the most fascinating and mysterious sights is the ceremonial palanquin, known locally as a kio. This sacred structure, often beautifully decorated with lacquer, gold leaf, and intricate carvings, is used to carry the spirit of the village's guardian deity during ritual processions. Typically, a team of about 10 to 15 strong men is chosen to carry the kio on their shoulders, moving in unison through the village's main paths, accompanied by drums, gongs, incense, and the collective energy of the crowd. Yet, what makes this ritual truly extraordinary is something that cannot be easily explained. At certain moments during the procession, the kio begins to move in unexpected ways, swaying, accelerating, or even spinning in circles as if guided by an invisible force. The men carrying it often appear to lose conscious control, their steps no longer entirely their own. Despite their strength and coordination, they seem to be led by something beyond physical effort, responding instinctively rather than deliberately. Villagers believe that this phenomenon is a sign of the deity's presence. According to local spiritual traditions, when the guardian spirit descends into the kio, it expresses its will through these sudden, powerful movements. The spinning or turning of the palanquin is interpreted as the deity choosing a direction, blessing the land, or acknowledging the devotion of the people. For the participants, this is not a performance, it is a deeply sacred moment, filled with awe, reverence, and a sense of connection to something greater than themselves. Observers often describe the experience as both thrilling and humbling. The air grows tense, the rhythm of the drums intensifies, and the crowd instinctively makes way as the kio moves unpredictably. Some carriers later recount that they felt as though they were being guided, their bodies reacting faster than their thoughts, almost as if they were part of a larger, unseen force. Others say they remember very little of those moments, as if they were in a trance-like state. From a cultural perspective, this phenomenon reflects the deep spiritual roots of Vietnamese village life, where the boundary between the physical and the spiritual worlds is fluid and ever-present. Whether viewed through the lens of faith, psychology, or collective energy, the image of a spinning kyo remains one of the most powerful symbols of living tradition in Vietnam. It is a reminder that, even in the modern world, there are still moments that defy simple explanation, moments where belief, community, and mystery come together in a truly unforgettable way. As the festival comes to an end, the village gradually returns to its quieter rhythm. The decorations are taken down, the crowds disperse, and daily life resumes. But something remains, a sense of renewal, of connection, of having participated in something meaningful. For those who experience it, whether as participants or observers, these festivals leave a lasting impression. They offer a glimpse into a way of life that values continuity over change, community over individuality, and memory over forgetfulness. And perhaps most importantly, they remind us that in the rush of modern life, there is still space, somewhere, for tradition, for gratitude, and for the simple act of coming together to honor the past while looking toward the future. Subscribe to Hidden Vietnam, ways to explore hidden stories, sacred places, and breathtaking cultural journeys you won't find anywhere else. Don't forget to like, comment, and share to support the channel and help bring Vietnam's hidden beauty to the world.
lên về lễ đài để cùng nhà chùa làm lễ tạ A Di Đà Phật. Nhớ thiên cung kính tâm kính lễ thập phương pháp giới thượng thụ. Nhi